Good howdy, folks. I'm James Blackburn, filmmaker, actor, and adventure seeker. I live in the American Southwest, and I'm surrounded by breathtaking landscapes and endless possibilities. My passion? Capturing life's beauty through lens and screen. From Red Rock canyons to Hollywood movie sets, I'm always on the move. Join me on my video adventures as I navigate the wilds of the entertainment industry and the great outdoors. Let's explore together. Every adventure begins long before the first step on the trail. For us, it started with a beautiful drive into New Mexico's Manzano Mountains. Winding roads, towering pines, and that familiar feeling that something special was waiting just around the next bend. Even the drive through these mountains felt like part of the adventure. All right, good howdy, folks. Welcome back to another James Blackburn experience. As you can see, I am at the Spruce Spring Trailhead, as well as the Red Canyon Trail. We're going to be heading up this trail in just a little bit, just up this direction, and we're going to do a backpacking trip overnight here. We're in the Manzano Mountains. It's a beautiful day. Can't wait to get started. Over here we have my good friend's vehicle. Our backpacks are in here. We're going to get suited up and ready to go. There's my good buddy Don. You guys might recognize him from a few other video adventures. And yeah, we got our backpacks for overnight here. You can see them here in the back of the truck. And part of this trip is just to get outdoors and have some fun. But part of it is a test run because we're literally, 8 or 9 days from Havasu Falls. And we wanted to get out today and test out everything, and can't complain. It's a beautiful day. I'm excited. What do you think, Don?
Man, it's going to be great.
Well, appreciate it. Thanks for coming up with me.
Yeah.
All right, good howdy, folks. We're here at the Spruce Spring Trailhead here in the Manzano Mountains. In a little bit, we're going to be going up the trail, and we're going to pass the actual wilderness boundary. So looking forward to it. Thank you, Don.
Yeah, sure.
As I say in every video, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Well, here's the single step. As we turned toward the trailhead, I couldn't help but smile. We had no idea what the next 24 hours would bring, but that's part of the adventure. Every backpacking trip begins with a little uncertainty and a whole lot of excitement. After that, the mountain does the rest. Before heading out, we stopped to check the trailhead signs and maps, a backpacking tradition for me. It never hurts to look for updates before starting a trip. One sign reminded us that bears call these mountains home. Don and I were prepared, excited, and ready to begin our journey. Out here, the mountain has a way of setting its own pace, reminding us that there's no reason to rush. All right, folks, shortly after you get on the trail, you come to the first trail turnoff here, and it's self-explanatory. Spruce Spring Trail to the right, Red Canyon to the left. We are going this way, and we're going to continue heading up the mountain. It's a beautiful day. All right, today's hike is going to be about 3.5 miles up the mountain. We're going to change about an elevation of about 1,300 feet. Just did this trip about 10 days ago, so I know I'm capable of doing it. And just happy to be back here in the mountains, doing something that makes me happy. Whoa, look at that. That is a big old pile of bear poop. Wow, wonder how fresh that is. Hey, Don, look what I found. Dun, 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 dun. Big old pile of bear poo. You were saying they might be up here.
Oh, yeah.
This was not on the trail 10 days ago when I was here. So, all right, what do you think?
Not good. I got my bear horn and my bear spray.
All right, just in case.
Just in case. It's
So-
all peace of mind.
Yeah, this bear
probably feels a lot better. Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah.
That was a healthy one.
I would not want to have a run in with whatever did that.
So there is a chance, folks, that there could be a bear sighting today or tomorrow. You never know.
In just over a week, Don and I would be standing at the trailhead for Havasu Falls. Before taking one of our most anticipated adventures of the year, we wanted one final test. The Manzano Mountains offered everything we needed.
All right, folks, when I was here about 10 days ago, this little section coming up, I nicknamed it Alligator Alley. And you're probably wondering why, because there's not mountains that have alligators probably. But look at these trees. Look at the bark. It looks like alligator skin. That's why these are called alligator pines. And as you can tell, I call it Alligator Alley because there's a whole bunch of them here in a row. These things don't grow up at the higher elevation as far as I know. This is the only place on the mountain where I actually saw them, but look at that one. That one's got a very unusual, weird shape. There's some more down there. And then up here, there's a few more of the alligator pines. I noticed these when I first moved here. I thought the bark looked like alligator skin. And then I found out later that's the actual name of the tree. So yeah, that's kind of neat.
This wasn't just another backpacking trip. It was a dress rehearsal for what was waiting just around the corner.
Powering through.
What do you think? We're about 80% in to the first mile. How's it feel?
Feels great. I am really surprised. The pack, it's not even there. It's
Nice.
crazy.
Very cool.
37 pounds, you said?
Yep. You're doing good, man.
Yeah.
All right, folks. So quick update. We're about a little past 3/4 of a mile in, and we're past, kind of, as you can see behind me, still some of those alligator pines here. So we're still kind of on Alligator Alley. But yeah, this is a beautiful, awesome day. And I say this in my videos a lot, but my face is starting to hurt because I'm smiling so much. Mountains are truly my happy place. Except when they're trying to kill me, which they're not doing right now. All right, folks, we're about 1.25 miles in, and we're high enough in elevation that we can actually see east of us down into the flatter areas there where the trees are at, and you see the desert beyond. Down there somewhere is the highway we drove in on. So we've definitely come up quite a bit in elevation. All right, look at that view. That is awesome. There's Don down there. See him coming through the trees. All right, good job. All right, the views keep getting better. All right, looking good, dude. You're a hiking machine today, Dondolf, the hiking wizard. All right, folks, as we continue to go up in elevation, you can see there's a lot more greenery up here. It's definitely higher elevation, probably more moisture up here at times, and these green plants just everywhere. It's really awesome. This is a cool trail. This is my second time doing this. Wouldn't mind coming back and doing it again. It's a butt kicker for certain. I'm feeling it too. All right, folks, just hit the 2-mile mark of about 3.5 today. So I took the pack off, put it on this down tree, take a quick 5 or 10 minute break. Here comes Don. Don, this is exactly the 2-mile mark, so feel free to depack if you want. I'm going to take a break, have some water, and just catch my breath for a few.
Oh, yeah.
All right, folks, we're sitting on the side of the trail, taking a little break. As I said a minute ago, we're about 2 miles in, about an hour and 45 minutes to get here. We're a little past the halfway point. So we probably got another 90 minutes to the top. We are going to take one more small break up at the spring. on the way. But other than that, we're just gonna keep on hiking and keep on moving. It's peaceful out here. Hear the birds singing all around us. All right, folks. After about a 15-minute break, raring to go to get moving here, and we are gonna head down the trail. We're gonna hike for about another 1.25 miles, maybe 1.5 miles to the springs, to Spruce Springs, and then we'll stop and take another break there before we push all the way to the top. But yeah, beautiful day. It's nice and cool out, not hot. Just nothing to complain about. You know, nature is really good medicine. This trail steadily goes up for almost the entire 3.5 miles. So if you're going to come out and do this, keep that in mind, because you're changing elevation fairly quickly. Although this is not steep, it's a gradual climb, but still, every step, one step higher in elevation, a little thinner air. You can hear it in my breathing, but I'm not complaining. I'm happy to be here. All right, Don's back a ways, going his own safe speed. He's doing really good. It's a good hike, it really is. All right, dude, kicking some butt. Wow. This is a heck of a mountain trail. I mean, this is no joke. It's a serious mountain area here. But look at that view. Wow. You see how the mountains go down to the foothills, to the flat area with the trees, and into the desert beyond. New Mexico is awesome. This is exhausting. I'm loving it, but it's tiring hiking up continuously for 3 miles or so. Oh man, definitely feeling it. Limitations of being older sometimes are a factor, but just going up at any age, you feel it. Oh, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Sometimes pushing through this difficulty is some of the best medicine you can get out here. Just persevere, push through. Never give up, never surrender. All right, folks, we just hit the 3-mile mark, and we are up in Aspen country. I think we're around 8,800, maybe 8,900 feet of elevation right now. We started about 1,000 feet lower and been climbing steadily ever since. It's definitely affecting my breathing, but still feeling pretty good. All right, getting closer and closer to the top. Here in a few minutes, I'll be at the Spruce Spring Trail. That's a little offshoot from this trail. Actually, I'm on Spruce Spring Trail, but the offshoot goes down to the spring. That'll be coming up here in just a few minutes. Yeah, awesome. Nice to be in the shade again. I'm getting hot. So remember last time from 10 days ago, there's like 2 or 3 of these switchbacks. And when you get to them, this is the first one, you know you're getting really close to the top. right, you can see as we're getting closer to the top of the mountain, a lot more moisture up here because look at all that grass. That's really, really cool. All right, as we're hiking up here, the turnoff for the springs is about a quarter mile from the top, which is where I'm at right now. Check it out. So this is Spruce Spring Trail, but over here is the Spruce Spring. You hike down to it a little ways to get to the water. So I'm going to take off my pack up here and hike down there and just take a little break, check and make sure it actually has water. It did 10 days ago. And maybe splash some of that water on my face and my head to cool off. All right. Nothing like taking the pack off after 3.5 miles and sitting on the side of the trail in the cool shade. This is awesome. Well, look where you're at. Did you see the trail sign on your right?
Oh, yay!
That means we're a quarter mile from the top, but this is an official stopping point. If you want to go down to the springs with me, you can. But I would suggest taking the pack off so you don't have to carry it back up.
Back home, water is something we rarely think about. Out here, it becomes part of the adventure, but it was a reminder that in the wilderness, even the simplest things require a little more effort and a little more appreciation.
All right, folks, we are down here at the spring. Interesting green plants everywhere. And, the spring is almost dried up. Oh no, look at that. Barely coming out at all now. Good thing we brought extra water with us because this was actually coming out a little steadier 10 days ago. So yeah, I may not be able to get water from this after all. The horse trough was completely full of water, and in a situation where I really needed it, I could have filtered it and used it without any problem. But the water I was really hoping for was coming straight out of the spring itself. On this trip, it was only a slow trickle coming from the pipe, but that fresh spring water was worth waiting for. All right, folks, a little break at the spring. Back on the main trail with the packs on. As you can tell, we're up in aspen country even more so right now, which is awesome. And we're about a quarter mile from the top. And our campsite is up there too, so looking forward to that. Taking off the pack for the rest of the day, resting a little bit, getting my camp chair out, and then setting up our tents and our bedding for tonight. This is a tough hike, probably for any age, but especially for older folks. Going up, 1,300 feet of elevation, 3.5 to 4 mile trail. I'm feeling it. All right, sometimes on the trails, there is a blowdown. This tree is completely covering the trail. So you kind of have to go around it to get back to the trail. But when I was here 10 days ago, coming up to this clearing and thinking, we got to be getting close to the top. And I was right. We are getting really close to the top. Trail intersection, just a few more minutes. We're pretty much on the top of the section of the mountain that we're going to go on. Because right up here is Crest Trail 170. About 3.5 miles, maybe 4 miles of hiking to get up here. Totally worth it. Let's check out the signage. All right, there you go. Spruce Spring Trail number 189. Just came up that. And now we're going to be on Crest Trail 170 for a few minutes till we get to our official campsite. Awesome. All right, officially on the Crest Trail, and you can hardly even see a trail here. Does not get a lot of traffic. If I'm correct, this is where I camped 10 days ago. Yep, this is the spot we were at. All right, there's a campfire ring and the log. Made it to camp. All right, Don's on his way over. Beautiful, peaceful, and nice. Whew. Oh, I feel my body springing back up. That was probably closer to 4 miles than 3.5.
My phone just went off at
4.
4 miles. Yeah.
So what'd you think? It was tough, huh?
It's a once in a lifetime thing. And I mean, I'm only doing it once.
Well, you did it, so you powered through and you did a good job, man. I appreciate it.
Powering through is a good way to describe it.
Yep, good test run for us.
Yep. Did you bring your thermometer?
Yep. I'll check what it is here in a minute, and then we'll check it. We'll leave it on tonight to see what our low is. Water good. Very good.
Yeah, I should set up my tent while the sun shines on it. Warm it all up, you know.
It'll be nice and toasty in there for
Yeah.
sure.
Once that sun goes down,
Yep, it's going to be a different world up here. But right now it's perfect.
There's something satisfying about earning a campsite. For several hours, every step had taken us up higher into the mountains. By the time we reached the crest, the hardest work of the day was behind us. For now, there was nowhere else to be, and nothing left to do except enjoy the view, set up camp, and settle into the rhythm of mountain life.
All right, little break between setting up the tent here and showing the kind of wardrobe I bring with me. 2 types of hats, one for sun, one for cold, extra pair of socks, especially warm ones for sleeping at night, long johns, extra pants, pajama bottoms, and a vest. So I'm going to be nice and toasty tonight for sure. All right, folks, fast forward to a little while later. Camp is pretty much set up and ready to go. We're about 9,200 feet in elevation. When we got here, we checked the temperature. It was 62. It's still 62. Feels really good. Don is over here. And it looks like he's all set up and ready to go, or really close to it.
yeah.
Don, I'm going to head down to fill up our bladder with water. Is it cool to leave you here by yourself? Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll be back in a little while.
Okay.
Heading back down the trail to fill up the water bladder with the spring that's down there, the Spruce Spring. There's not much water coming out of it at the moment, but I need more water to get out tomorrow morning, so I got to go down and fill up the bladder and bring it back up to camp. So yeah, it's kind of already getting dark down here because the sun is on the other side of the mountain. Hasn't set yet on the other side of the mountain, but down here it's going to be in the darkness the rest of the day. Pretty close to it at least. Wonder if I'll see any critters down here. Very quiet. Starting to chill out down here a lot, although it's been pretty chilled all day. Anyway, I'll update you here again in a minute. Until then, got my bladder right here. We're gonna fill this puppy up. It'll hold a whole gallon and a half.
I'm not sure the name of these flowers, but they're really pretty. And I love all flowers, really.
All right, I'm to the first switchback here. There's 3 of these total, but you only have to go past the first one, and not long afterwards is the turnoff for the spring. I made a note of that on the way up, just so, you know, I could have it in my head. How much further is it? And it's coming up here in just a minute. All right. There you go. Made it back down. Now to head down and grab some water. It took me about 10 minutes to walk here, so that wasn't bad. Of course, I'm not to the spring yet, but, you know, I am pretty close. I gotta keep my eyes extra open right now because it's not too long from sun setting. You can still see some of the sun on the trees here, but you know, it's sunset and sunrise is when the animals really become more active and when you see them. So now that we're getting later in the day, there's potential for critters to come out. Matter of fact, I bet if you set up like a motion camera down here by this watering hole, that you would definitely get some critters over a few days out here, no problem at all. Because I feel fairly certain and thinking and knowing that any animal that lives in this neck of the woods knows where all the water is, including this one. And even though the spring is trickling, it's trickling into a horse trough, and the horse trough is full to the top. So we're going to fill up this bladder and see what happens next. All right. No critters down here at the moment, but there is the spring. All right. It's not the most appetizing water in the world, but it'll work, especially after it's filtered. That's how much water's coming out. So that's going to take a while to fill up this bladder, but I got nothing but time, so we're going to do it. Yeah, the water in the trough is funky. If you took this out and let the dirt settle, you could probably filter it and make it work, but I'd rather get it right out of the pipe coming out of the ground. That's pure, that's clean. When I was here 10 days ago, we drank the water right from the source. I mean, we put it in our bottles first, but we didn't filter it, and we used it to drink, and we used it to cook, which is what also we're going to do tonight. However, this bag has a filter that attaches to the hose, so we are going to filter it first just to be on the safe side. Even though I got lucky last time, I'd rather not take a second chance. All right, well, this thing is not gushing water, but you can see I already got a good amount of water in the bag. I'm going to do about a gallon. We probably won't need more than that. So we'll let this keep filling up for a while longer while I sit here and enjoy this beautiful nature. Birds are singing, sun is shining. It's an awesome day. All right, the water back there behind me, the bladder, has been filling up for about 10 minutes. I thought it was going to take a lot longer because it's a trickle coming out of the spring, but really, after 10 minutes, it's almost halfway full. So meanwhile, here's what I'm looking at while I'm standing here by the spring. Just this beautiful little hidden green area, aspens and pines. Oh man, every time I come out here, I just feel better about life. It's nice to know that we live in a time period where some of this stuff still exists, and we're able to get out here and enjoy it. Okay, took about 15 minutes to fill it up, and I'm gonna grab it and we're gonna start heading up the trail with it. All right, we got almost a gallon. Like I said, that should be plenty to get us through the whole night. So now back up to camp. All right, out of breath. That spring is down the hill a ways and coming back up with 10 pounds of water. Well, actually, I got a gallon. It's probably closer to 8 pounds, but still, you feel it. But I'm back up on the main trail. Took me about 10 minutes to walk down here. I have a feeling it's going to take about 15 to walk back, probably, because coming down, I was going down. Going back, though, I'm going up. So, yeah, so here we go. All right, this is what I meant about going up. It's not steep, but it's steady climbing. This is the hardest type of hiking for me, is fighting against gravity. But you know what? I'd still rather be here any day than almost anywhere else. Out in the mountains, pushing myself out of my comfort zone, trying to better myself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all that good stuff. And that's easier to do when you're out here in the silence. But really, You know, it's not silent out here at all. It's like the silence and the noise of nature makes it a great environment to think, sort out your thoughts, and get through some things that maybe you haven't done yet. So yeah, good times. All right, made it back to the top. From the spring back to this spot, which is the intersection of Spruce Spring and the Crest Trail. It took me about 15 minutes. I still got another 5 to camp, so which means it took me about 10 minutes to get down to the water and about 20 to get back. But I'm almost back to camp and I got a gallon of fresh, awesome spring water. I'm so excited. Tired, but in a good way. All right, as you can tell, sun's getting a little lower in the sky. Still a beautiful day. I'm back at camp with the water. You can see it right here, hanging in the tree. I pretty much got about a whole gallon. That should last us. I wanted to test this out today because I haven't used it before, but it is a water filter on the end here, and you just unlock it, put it right into your bottle, and you got fresh, clean water. Now, last week when we were here, we did drink the spring water directly, and we didn't have any issues. We used it for cooking without filtering it as well. But, you know, I have a filter with me. I thought we should try it. All right, folks, here's something new for Don. He's filling up a measuring thing here for water. That's not new, but he's first time using spring water for something. Now, like I said, 10 days ago, we drank this and cooked with it without filtering it. We were fine, but now we're filtering it, so it doesn't hurt. But there you go, man. That thing works pretty good.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. All right, folks, it's dinner time. We have our waters heating up. Water hasn't boiled yet, but it's already steamed up on the inside, so that's good. Don's over here. His sounds powerful, too. He's got some water boiling, or will have water boiling in a minute. And then we're going to have some dinner. What's your dinner for tonight?
Chicken and dumplings.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to get mine out of my food bag here in a second and see what I brought, because I think I'm going to have chicken fettuccine Alfredo, but we'll see, because I'm not 100% sure if that's the right one.
Oh, what's for dinner tonight? Oh, I know. I have a good idea. You know, $10 a pop.
Yeah.
That's probably cheaper than what you spend on dinner.
Man, that tastes so good when you're so hungry. We earned a good meal. But boy, I can feel the chill. Well, layer up as much as you can before you go to bed. And I'm putting on long johns underneath all my clothes before I go to bed, too.
There's something about watching the sunset in the mountains that quietly puts life back into perspective. The deadlines, the worries, and all the little things that seem so important somehow fade into the background. Standing there with a good friend, watching another day come to an end, I was reminded that some of life's richest moments don't cost anything at all. They're found in places like this, shared with people who simply enjoy the journey as much as you do.
Another thing about camping maybe you don't think about often is food storage. So we have them hung up in the tree here, and you can see it's a mesh sort of metal bag. They're called rat sacks, and they will help keep critters from chewing into our food overnight. So yeah, that's kind of neat. All right, it's getting a little breezy, a little chilly. Heading back down to our campsite now after getting our sunset done. Now we're gonna just try to hunker down, stay warm for the night. All right, folks, it is getting dark out. We're sitting over here by the campfire pit, but we're not using it. And we heated up water with the stove. Got my Indiana University mug here with 2 things of hot chocolate. So it's a cool night. It's a little breezy, so it'll be nice to have something warm here to drink in just a minute. What do you think, man?
Got a hand warmer.
A little chilly, but yeah, he's warming his hand with this coffee mug. And we're just having a nice evening, enjoying a good camp. Oh boy, that's hot still. Hot chocolate lives up to its name.
Yeah, that's hot.
Morning came with a mix of blue skies and low clouds drifting through the valleys below. At 45 degrees, there was no reason to rush out of my warm sleeping bag. But eventually I climbed out of the tent, layered up for the cool mountain air, stretched a little bit, and woke my body before another great day in the wilderness. I could tell this was going to be a great day.
All right, folks. Woke up here just a few minutes ago, and look at this. Fog in the air. So, a little chilly out right now because of that. This will probably burn off once the sun comes up, though.
One of the greatest gifts the wilderness has given me is learning that I don't always have to be moving. Sometimes it's enough to simply sit still and be present. On this quiet mountain morning, the fog drifted silently through the trees, while the breeze whispered through the forest. Birds welcomed the new day, and for a little while, the only other sound was my own heartbeat. In a world that always seems to be asking us to hurry, moments like this remind me that peace isn't something we have to search for. Sometimes it's been waiting for us all along. We just have to slow down long enough to notice it.
All right, the sun is peeking up here onto the mountain. I think it's about 10 minutes after 7 maybe. And I took a little walk because I keep hearing wild turkeys down in this area somewhere. I was hoping to get a shot of them, but I haven't heard them again in a while. But I heard them several times, and they're definitely here. Surprised we haven't seen any deer yet. All right, I just heard the turkey down that way, and it's moving away from me. So I don't want to go down in the woods here because I'm going to have to hike down and then come back up to camp. And we got a lot of hiking to do today, and I'm tired. So maybe later we'll see the turkeys. But I know I heard them a bunch of times, so they're definitely here. All right, gonna boil some water, get some breakfast going. I bought this little shield thing here to go around the fire when there's wind. There's none right now, but there was last night, and it really came in handy keeping that flame down inside there at a good level to get water boiling quick. So heck yeah. Food bags are still up in the trees here. So we're gonna get those things lowered. All right. Grub time. Heck yeah.
When I woke up that morning, a blanket of fog had settled below camp, drifting quietly through the valleys beneath the mountain. It was one of those peaceful moments that reminds you how different the world can look from up here. While the water boiled for breakfast, I settled into my camp chair with one of my favorite backpacking meals, Mountain House biscuits and gravy, and simply enjoyed the morning as the sky slowly began to clear. Just when I thought the morning couldn't get any better, an unexpected little visitor wandered into camp, a curious vole.
Hey, buddy. Oh boy, you are so cute.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he is. He's right there.
There's something special about sharing a quiet mountain morning with a good friend. No rush, just breakfast, fresh air, and gratitude for another day in the mountains.
All right, folks. When I woke up this morning around 6 a.m., it was 45 degrees. So we're finally up to 58, which is feeling a lot nicer than 45, obviously. We are in the process now of getting our gear together. I got some stuff hanging out here, some stuff over there, and then, of course, this stuff and everything in the tent. So I'm going to start getting this taken down and packed into the pack and do the hike out here in a little while. All right, folks. As I say in every backpacking camping video, the campsite looks a lot more lonely without our gear in it. It's now back to being mountains again, just by itself. We're packed up, and we're about ready to head out. Don's over here. He's all packed up and ready too. And we are going to start heading down the trail here in just a minute. Now, before I get to the turnoff for the spring, there's one big switchback in the trail that I'll have to pass first. But not long after that switchback, there's water. And up here, on the hike in, you guys saw, we came to a down tree that's on the trail. So I'm going to have to go around that again. And maybe one day trail maintenance will get up here and get that removed. But you can see through here, people have been cutting around now for however many days that this thing has been down here. I can tell you 10 days ago I was here and the tree was here then. I'm not complaining. I'm just stating a fact that, sometimes in the mountains, trees fall. Okay, back on the trail again.com.
As we made our way back down the mountain, I found myself thinking that every adventure changes us, even if only in small ways. We return home a little more grateful, a little more refreshed, and another story will carry with us for the rest of our lives. That's one of the reasons I keep coming back to the wilderness. It always gives me something I never find anywhere else.
All right, folks, made it back to the parking lot. Tired, but I feel good. You can see Don's up there. He's coming down still. We made it all the way down the mountain and back here to civilization. Well, we're still in the mountains, but we're near vehicles at least, so. All right, back at the trailhead. All is good. So we're going to wrap it up here, and I would like to say the usual, and that is love, love, hate, hate. Take care of each other. Remember, folks, life is beautiful if you know where to look. So keep your mind, your eyes, and your heart open. It just might lead you somewhere special. Please check out my channel for over 1,000 additional video adventures. Thanks for watching.